What's the deal? It's the boy Dwayne McClain at Dwayne McClain TV. Shouts out to everybody subscribing to the channel, so rocking with the boy Dwayne McClain. We really appreciate all the support. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So today's video is going to be about my boy Krayzie Bone is in the hospital, and I don't know if y'all seen the story, man. It's not looking good for him. Krayzie Bone is actually one of my favorite rappers. The Bone Thugs and Harmony probably is my favorite rap group of all time. That's where my raps, a lot of my rap style came from them, the fast rapping, the harmonizing, I always try to sing and stuff like that, my music. So if you are a fan of my music, you know, listen to the lives and stuff, you might hear some Bone Thugs in some of the songs. You know, also if you want to get the mixtape, email patrock1982@gmail.com. If you want promotion, email patrock1982@gmail.com. But yeah, man, so Krayzie Bone went to the hospital a few days ago. He said he was coughing up blood. He's actually suffering from a condition, the same one that Bernie Mac had, sarcoidosis. The same thing I got. I got sarcoidosis. It don't really bother me as much. My breathing's pretty much fine. I still can run and do everything else. I remember when I first got diagnosed with it, I couldn't breathe. The scariest feeling in the world. I felt just like him. You know, I had to drive myself to a hospital. And this happened in the middle of 2020, so right when everybody was catching COVID, you know, they was making it a huge deal at the time. I got tested like 15 times for COVID. And I woke up that morning, I couldn't breathe. I think it was a humidifier I had on. I couldn't do a full breath. Scariest thing in the world, man. The scariest thing in the world. I'm glad they put me on something called prednisone. Prednisone is like a steroid. And since then, I've been good. I threw the humidifier away. I think the humidifier was causing it. Threw it away. Haven't had no issues since then. But I do think something was going on with that. But it's a real scary condition to have. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you can't breathe. I was like this drive to the hospital. Like, short breaths is all I could take. I could not do that at all. They hurt. I found out I had pneumonia. It was really bad. They wanted to put me on a ventilator, man. I think around that time when it was that era, I do think some doctors was in on the fix because they wanted me on that ventilator. And I thank God I didn't get put on it. You know what I'm saying? I might not be here. Because most of the time, y'all know when everybody's put on that ventilator, it's a rap for them. You know what I'm saying? Now, am I saying that only when it's associated with that particular sickness? They put on the ventilator, they don't ever seem to make it home. It's a little different when, you know, you have, you know, people who's like on life support, they might got to put on a ventilator. I'm just saying with that condition, people didn't make it. But the doctors were real adamant that day. I remember when I was there, he tested me for COVID 5 times. All came back negative. He wanted to put me in that ventilator bad. They did an x-ray on my lungs, found I had sarcoidosis. So Krayzie Bones were coughing up blood. They said they were doing a repair surgery on his lungs. He's 50. Now him being 50s, and if you guys are familiar with the conspiracy world, y'all, this stuff is real we talk about over here, okay? Stuff that I'm known for is really real. It's not fake. It's not made up. It happens. There's really a group of people out there who make it their job. I hope that fan wasn't blowing that mic, man. Who make it their job to cause these problems and these errors. They make it their job. Yeah, I had to make sure that fan didn't mess the video because it would catch, the mic would catch it up. But so what I'm saying is this stuff about people losing their lives on certain dates to get sacrilegious stuff, sacrifice stuff. I'm pretty sure the algorithm should allow me to say that. It's real, man. Y'all start paying attention when a lot of celebrities pass at age 50. That scared me right there. He probably did go to the hospital for a regular situation, and it ended up being worse. And once they get you in that back room, they can do whatever. You know, there's been plenty of times where celebrities be alive at one moment, and then when they go to the hospital, they pass. Like they be in stable condition going to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, could be a chance. Krayzie Bone probably going to the hospital was probably, not saying a mistake, but that's probably where they're going to finish the job at. Y'all think about it. Dr. Sebi passed in police custody. Nobody talks about that. He was in police custody and passed. Nobody talks about that. So I do believe that Krayzie Bone, he has been very outspoken. The past few years, he's been one of the very main people who speaks out against the industry. Remember, he has a viral video where he talks about how the prison industry employs rappers to keep the prison industry full, and how the prison industry is one big, gigantic business. So he brought the lid on that one. He's been very vocal about a lot of stuff that goes secrets in the industry. And you know, the people up under oath that they cannot speak about these things. So they're going to end up going to have to pay for all the stuff that they do and say. So I do believe that this is part of the time where Krayzie Bone's at, where he's going to have to pay for what he said, you know. I know some people want to say, well, Dwayne, he's just sick. He's just sick. Everybody gets sick. You know, yeah, like people can't die. I'm not acting like that at all. What I'm saying is, look at the ages, how it lines up with everybody else's. Look at the dates that they fall on. Look at the gematria in it. That stuff isn't normal. That's what just happened with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Look at the events that happened before they passed and then afterwards. All that stuff makes it crazy. Like when around us, you know, somebody passes, it can happen sporadically. Usually we see it coming or we don't. But it's not like this uncle passed at 50. In rare cases, it happened with some human beings. But I'm talking about in Hollywood, it happens all across the board. People pass at 50, this age, that age. Multiple celebrities dying on this day. They're passing on birthdays and stuff like that. So, people, not birthdays, like say when they pass, it's a holiday or somebody else's birthday. That's the crazy stuff that we want to point out in this community. And then when a celebrity speaks out against the industry, something happens to them. So that's another thing that we like to point out as well. It's just not the fact these celebrities are going through stuff. These people are here to distract us, keep everybody in low vibrations, and it's really bad. The celebrity is probably the biggest enemy, number one. Them and the government all collude together to ruin society. You know, I do think they're trying to take Krayzie Bone out. My heart of hearts, I want him to survive. I'd like to see Krayzie Bone see 80 or 90. I like to see all those guys get old. Who knows? The Bone Thugs have been trying to come back. And if y'all don't know, go look at their second album, the one they did with Eazy-E. Eazy-E was really heavy. Eazy-E was really, really heavy into that magic. Really heavy. All right, I never did a breakdown of Eazy-E, but he was really heavy into it, going to those meetings and stuff. Go look up his story about the DOC, how he lost his voice and why he didn't want to join, and how another guy lost his eye. Eazy-E was heavy into it. When he got the Bone Thugs into it, go read the second album, Eternals 1990. Look at all the scores and witchcraft they was doing. Look at the back of the album. The back of the album, the letters is written in backwards. You got to read it in the mirror. If you read that, you're putting a curse on yourself. Don't do it. But they had it like that for a reason, so people could be curious. Then if you listen to the Bone Thugs, you listen to the album, the very first song, there's somebody speaking in backwards. Like it was really demonic. I remember when I went back and listened to it recently, I had to turn from some stuff because I'm like, I don't like the spirits and the energies from it because I can feel it. The average person is going to feel this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I was feeling this stuff and I'm like, the Bone Thugs is really into it. What I'm trying to get at is, what if the rest of the group members want to come back to Hollywood and they want to do a fight? Remember last year they did a versus with 3-6 Mafia. 3-6 Mafia. 3-6-6-6 Mafia. They did a versus with 3-6 Mafia. I think they got cooked. And then they had the viral moment with the bottle getting thrown. And then, so they might want to get back into the industry, you know. And, you know, if you want to get back into the industry, you got to give somebody up. And why not give up Krayzie Bone? You're going to still have Busy. Think about it. Everybody only remembers Busy, Lazy, Wishbone. Nobody knows about him. And who else? Flesh and Bone. Wishbone's the fat one. You have Flesh and Bone. Krayzie Bone is the most famous one, but and he actually is I think he's like one of the most talented, but I think everybody really like Busy the most because of his flow is the most, it's the most different out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Krayzie had too many verses where he just stood out on. But I don't know, man. I like Krayzie Bone, man. I think I remember his the most, man. But I do think this could be a catalyst for them to get back on the Remembrance of Krayzie Bone tour. You know what I'm saying? I hope he makes it through. I really do. I don't want death on anybody. I want us all live long, healthy lives. Let's die when we get old. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think about Krayzie Bone, man. Is it time to pay his dues? Is it coming back? What's going on with the guy? I hope the best for him. It's the boy Dwayne McClain TV, man. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. I'm out.